Today, we are here with another very important topic known as GMDSS. That's Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. It's a very important topic for your OW or a basic knowledge is very important for everyone. So let's start with the topic GMDSS. Let's see what we're gonna learn in the slides. In this video, what we're gonna learn. Let's see. We'll be covering the revision on GMDSS equipment and procedure. We'll be doing describe the requirement of GMDSS equipment for different sea area, like what are the requirements of GMDSS equipment for different sea area. We'll be doing the procedure for reacting to the recipient of distress alert. Like once we receive a distress alert, what we should be doing. And we'll be doing identify correct frequency for DSC and distress. So let's start with it. Our topic GMDSS Global Maritime Distress and Safety System. What is the purpose of GMDSS? A very important thing. What is the purpose of GMDSS? To inform, to initiate rescue procedure. To inform means like to inform about what if we are in distress, to inform others. If we have an emergency, to inform others. Second, to initiate rescue procedure. To maintain contact with the person who can help you in distress situation. It's a method, it's a mode to maintain a contact with a person who can help us in a distress. If you are in distress, know that someone has heard your mayday. Then it becomes like when we send a distress and we get an acknowledgement about it, that somebody has heard our mayday, then it becomes a morale booster in your efforts to survive the situation. Because we are in emergency and when we give a distress and when we see the acknowledgement has been received, okay, yeah, somebody has received it, somebody is coming for our help, so that gives us a morale booster in your effort. These are the purpose of GMDSS. Why do we have GMDSS equipment on ships? So these are the purpose of it. Now let's go to sea areas. What are sea areas? Like different sea, the area has been divided, the worldwide area has been divided into different sea areas. That's area 1, 2, 3, and 4. So let's proceed with 1 sea area. What are the requirements for different sea areas? So suppose this is on coast. So sea area 1, it's from 20 to 30 nautical mile from the coast. And what are the requirement for it? Is VHF. Sea area 2, it's from less than 150 nautical mile from the coast. What are the requirement for it? We should have VHF and MF. Sea area 3, it's greater than 150 nautical mile, and this is VHF, MF, HF, and satellite. Sea area 4, we say the sea area 4 is mostly towards the pole. It's more than 70° north and 70° south is sea area 4. What are the requirement? HF and satellite, because it's in high frequency and satellite. Now we'll see what are the ship carriage requirement for different sea area. What are the carriage requirement? So first, all ship must carry a VHF transceiver, VHF DSC controller, 2 SARTs. This is like a mandatory requirement for all the ships. Navtex receiver, EPIRB, waterproof VHF walkie-talkies, 2 if less than 500 gross tonnage, and 3 if more than 500 gross tonnage. Now we'll be seeing as per the area what are the requirements. That was for the all the ships, and now we'll go more detail as per the area. So sea area 1 is a basic requirement what we have seen before. Sea area 2, all the things which was mentioned in the previous slides. Above that you should have a MF transceiver, MF DSC control. Sea area 3, all the thing which was in sea area 1 and 2, plus in sea area 3 there is additional set C or HF transceiver and HF DSC controller. So what gets added over here in sea area 3 is HF transceiver and HF DSC controller. Sea area 2, what was added? That was MF. Okay, remaining everything is, the requirement is same for everything. This is an add-on thing which is getting added in different sea area, area 2 and area 3. Now we go to sea area 4. Sea area is same as sea area 3. When we receive distress, what are our responsibility? If you're on the bridge and you receive a distress, you might be asked about this question. Okay, you have received a distress, and what is your responsibility with it? So laws and our laws, both states, we have a legal and moral obligation to assist those in distress. That it's our legal and moral obligation to assist the person who is in distress, the vessel who is in distress. If you have received it, we must assist unless the vessel is so far away that we cannot possibly help. Suppose if we have received a distress on HF and it's at a long distance, it's more than 150, greater than 150 nautical mile, you can't help it. So okay, unless if that is the situation, it's understood. But if you can help, you have to assist the vessel. That's your moral obligations, legal and moral obligation. Even if we cannot help any distress alert that has not been acknowledged, we must relay it ashore. That's our responsibility. Do not acknowledge a distress unless you intend to render, assist, or relay the alert ashore. So if you are willing to help, then only you should acknowledge. Don't acknowledge the distress message, because that makes another person, yes, my message has been received, and you're not helping that person. So that's not good. So do not acknowledge a distress unless you intend to render assistance or relay the alert ashore. Reception of distress message. When you receive a distress message, what should be your action? Okay, if you're in sea area 1 and you received any area, okay, you received a DSC alert on channel 70 on VHF. What should you be doing? We'll be shifting VHF to channel 16 for voice communication. Allow 3 to 5 minutes for CRS and RCC to respond. Keep watch on channel 16. Make note of it, what time you received the DSC alert. Give 3 to 5 minutes for CRS or RCC to respond. Acknowledge by voice on channel 16. If no response to your voice, acknowledge and response to your voice. If you don't receive any response to your voice acknowledgement and no CRS is acknowledging it, your duty is to relay it ashore. Okay, you have received the DSC on 2187.5 gigahertz in sea area 2. That's a bit more distance. So you'll be shifting to the frequency 2182 because that's a voice communication frequency. Alert will be received on 2187.5 and you'll be voice communication could be done on 2182. Allow 3 to 5 minutes. Keep a watch on 2182 and give 3 to 5 minutes and wait for CRS or RCC to respond. Okay, they are not responding. Now, acknowledge by voice. sorry, if they are not, wait for 3 to 5 minutes for CRS's RCC to respond. If they are not responding, what is your duty? We'll be acknowledging it by voice on 2182. If no response to your voice, then wait. Wait if CRS is acknowledging it or not. Okay, if coast radio station, CRS is a coast radio station. Even if the CRS is not acknowledging, that's your responsibility to relay it assure. All right, you're in C area 3 and A area 4. More than 150 nautical mile from the coast. That's area 3 and area 4. And you received an alert on 2187.5 kilohertz. What is your voice communication? You'll be shifting on 2182. You'll be setting, wait, keep a watch, make a note for the voice communication. Wait for some time. Then you acknowledge it on 2182. And if nobody is responding on your voice, and wait for RCC to acknowledge. Then, if nothing is happening, then relay assure to RCC by any means. That's your responsibility to relay. If alert repeats, acknowledge by DSC. Reception of distress message. Any HF frequency, high frequency, do not acknowledge. Why do not acknowledge? Because it's greater than 150 nautical miles. So it's possible you will not be able to help it. So do not acknowledge it. Set transceiver to associated voice frequency. Example, what is a voice frequency? Like as we have seen, 2187. So 0.5. And then you'll be shifting on voice frequency 2182. So like this over here for HF. There is 8414 for 0.5 for DAC alert. And the voice frequency is 8291. You should remember this. And for 12 gigahertz, 12577 kilohertz will be voice frequency is 12290 kilohertz. Allow 3 minutes for CRS to respond. If no response is received by voice or DSC, relay assure by any means. So what you will be doing over here in HF, you will not be acknowledging it. You will be just waiting for coast radio station to acknowledge it. What you should remember in this, if you received anything on a high frequency HF, you will not be acknowledging it. You will be waiting for the coast station to acknowledge it. If not acknowledged by 3 to 5 minutes, not acknowledged by coast radio station, you can just do this thing. You will be relaying it assure by any means. See, this is what I was talking about, frequencies, what you should be remembering. The following are the voice and the associated DAC frequencies. Voice 2182, DAC 2187.5. So on this DAC, you will be receiving an alert and you will be shifting on this voice frequency to listen to it. So once you receive alert on DSC frequency, you will be shifting it to voice frequency to receive a message, what exactly distress is. 4207.5 DSC, voice 4125. Same like that. So you should be remembering this. And for this frequency, you will be getting all the information in ALRS volume 5. So, which volume gives the information about GMDSS? It's ALRS volume 5. Admitted list of radio signals volume 5. So this we need to do the test for every equipment. So when should we be doing the test for every equipment? That's very important. We should be having knowledge about it, and it's our responsibility to conduct a test of this equipment so that we come to know that, okay, it's working properly or not. What are the daily tests? Correct functioning of DSC facility without radiation of signal by means of internal test program. This applies to both VHF and MF DSC equipment. Reserve battery supply. Check for the battery supply brought up to the fully charged condition where necessary. Also, the battery voltage must be checked daily while on load and off load. Check for the printer paper. This is a daily test what we need to be checked. Check for the printer paper. Next is weekly test. MFHF DAC facility tested by means of test call when within range of the core station fitted with DAC equipment. So you'll be looking for ALRS volume 5. You'll be looking for the channel, the core station, and then you'll be calling them, which is a nearby core station. So that's weekly once you should be doing that. And then what you've received, that you should print it and file it up in your GMDSS book. Where the reserve source of energy is not a battery, example a motor generator or uninterrupted power supply, uninterpretable power supply, it shall be tested each week. So the best power supply, you need to check it every week. Then the next comes is monthly test. What is monthly test? What all things you need to check? So same, we'll be checking for the paper, we'll be checking for the VHF test, we'll be checking for the power supply, and next is we'll be checking for the each EPIRB should be tested using the internal test routine without using the satellite system. So on the EPIRB we'll be going under test mode and we'll be seeing the rings could be seen on your radars or not. You'll be testing in both both of the EPIRB. So next comes is the monthly test. Each EPIRB should be tested using the internal test routine without using the satellite system. Each SART should be tested using the inbuilt test facility and check for security and sign of damage. Each survival craft VHF set should be checked on the channel other than channel 16. Security and condition of all batteries supplying the radio installation, battery connection and compartment should also be checked. A check shall be made at least once a month on condition of all aerial and insulators. So on the Monkey Island, you'll be checking for all the aerials and all the insulators has been properly. Is there any damage or not? You'll be checking for the SART physically and testing mode. You'll be checking for the battery supply, condition of the battery supply. Next is distress signal. A gun or other explosive signal fired at interval of about a minute. These are the distress signal, okay, what you need to remember. A continuous sounding within fog signaling apparatus. If you listen any of thing, it's a distress, the other person is in distress, you should remember this thing. Rocket or shell throwing red start fired one at a time at short intervals. A signal made by a signaling method consisting of group did, da, did. That's SOS in the Morse code. A signal test by radio telephony consisting of spoken word Mayday. The international code signal of distress indicated by NC. A signal consisting of a square flag having above or below it a ball or anything resembling a ball. Flames on the vessel as from a burning tar barrel, oil barrel, etc. A rocket parachute flare or a hand flare showing a red light. A smoke signal giving off orange colored smoke. Slowly and repeatedly rising and lowering arms outstretched to each other. A distress alert by means of digital selective calling DSC transmitted on VHF channel 70, MFHF on frequency 2187.5 as we have seen before, and all this frequency. A ship to shore distress alert transmitted by ships, MSET or other mobile satellite service provided ship earth station. Signals transmitted by emergency position indicating radio beacons. Approved signal transmitted by radio communication system, including survival craft transporter. So this last two slides which I have made, that is just in distress signals, like different type of distress signals what you could be seeing. So you should know, yeah, the other person is in distress. So you should acknowledge. And as we have seen different sea area, what are the procedure for that? I hope I was not too fast and it was well understood. Do feedback is really appreciated. Do give your feedback, and I really work hard to make this slide, and I would really appreciate if you subscribe for it, as I'm improving my videos day by day, as this is a new channel and I'm improving my videos day by day. And soon I'll be showing the videos of a dry docks, different part of the ships on a dry dock, as my vessel is proceeding to dry dock now. So very soon I'll be uploading those videos for different part. So please do subscribe, as this will gonna be very helpful for you. Waiting for your response. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day ahead. Stay safe, stay fit. Take care. Bon voyage. Thank you.